are your top 3 favorite games that you've ever played?
Well, see, now as a grognard, that's a very hard question to ask because all of them, probably existed before you were born. So, but I mean, I would say Dungeons and Dragons as a game, right? So I still play D&D. Right now I'm playing the current version of Dungeons and Dragons. I have a weekly group we get together. So, many friends I've had, since my first game store, Crooked Hat Games, have been playing for that long together. It's now been 20 years. So, number one has got to be D&D. And by D&D, I just kind of really mean role-playing because we've played all kinds of different role-playing games, whether it be different versions of D&D or Pathfinder or DCC or, Traveler or whatever. All the old school games I've played, just about every game TSR ever made. So D&D and role-playing games for sure. When you talk about old school games, I'll do like new school, old school, right? So one of the other games that kind of got me into gaming was Risk. We used to play Risk with my buddies and my parents. And that was kind of, I haven't played that game in a long time, but that was very much formative in my love of kind of strategy games and thinking about tactics and what's the smart thing to do and push your luck and that kind of thing. And then the other one along those lines, but kind of a little bit more, a little bit more grown up, if you will, is Axis and Allies. Like that was, we graduated from Risk into Axis and Allies, and I still play Axis and Allies on the computer. There's new versions of A&A I play all the time. I've played in tournaments at Gen Con back in the day. So that would definitely be a grognard, old school game that was definitely a favorite. More currently, I got into more miniature games. So Kings of War has kind of been my favorite miniature game that I've played. It's a Warhammer fantasy kind of style of game. When they blew up Warhammer Fantasy, for those who know, and they created Age of Sigmar, I decided to get into Kings of War and ran events locally and tournaments, and I helped out Mantic, who makes the game, at Gen Con for a couple years, and so I've been a big advocate of that game for a long time. So I love that game a lot for its ease of play and pretty cut and dry rules, but it's definitely a rank and flank kind of old school-ish grognardy game with a modern understanding. I played a lot of Flames of War was my World War II, my historical game of choice for a very long time. Again, same idea. I ran lots of tournaments. I was an organizer. A lot of that kind of stuff for both of those games was training in a lot of ways for doing this here. So actually owning the store and trying to get people into games and running events and things of that nature, just being a volunteer because I was passionate about these games and I just wanted more people to play with. I ran Kings of War and I ran lots of Flames of War and played lots of Flames of War and had a lot of fun with that for a very long time. More recently, I've been getting into some board games, playing games like Viking game, Champions of Midgard, I think it's called. Lords of Waterdeep is a game that a lot of people have played. Is a really great game. Getting into more of those kinds of games. I've not been a huge board gamer for most of my life. I've been a role player and a miniature gamer, and getting to play some board games and some newer games that have come out have been a lot of fun. I used to play a lot of Settlers of Catan back in the day, and that was a great game, and I played it a lot, and I really, really enjoyed that kind of game. But anything that is kind of light strategy and makes you think, has some randomness to it, but not too much randomness to it. I'm really enjoying the worker placement style games too, the Euro games. I'm playing some more now, having a lot of fun with those. So, yeah, there you go.
Nice. Is there a game that you think deserves more attention? Whether it's something that you've played a lot of, it might be a newer game, older game, but something that we carry in the store, for instance, that you wish more people knew about.
I think. Well, so what I'll say is I'll pick a game that is kind of a gateway game. It's I'm going to say Dungeon Mayhem, which is. It's a Dungeons and Dragons themed card game. Like it's all current D&D edition characters, named characters or monsters. It's a very, very simple game. It's a great game for kids, And I think it's the kind of game that I would call a very basic gateway game. It's the kind of game that is very easy to teach people. It's got a D&D theme, but you don't have to know anything about D&D. You don't have to necessarily like fantasy games or read J.R. Tolkien or any of that kind of stuff to play it and have fun with it and understand it. And it's very easy to show kids. I play it with my library kids that are in junior high, and they pick it up in 5 minutes. It takes about 10 minutes to play. And when I first started playing it, I'm like, oh, this is a fun game for kids. And then one night, me and my buddies were done for the night, and we weren't quite ready to go home. I'm like, well, let's bust out Dungeon Mayhem and just sit around and shoot the breeze for a little bit while we play some Dungeon Mayhem. And we had an unbelievable blast. This is, 4 50-year-old guys sitting around playing this game. We played like 4 rounds of it and just had an absolute blast. And I'm like, you know what? This is not just a game for kids. This is a game for adults too. And so I think that is a great game. It's very inexpensive to pick up. There's expansions for it. There's like 12 different characters you can play. Every time you play it, you just play a different character, and hilarity ensues, as they say. So Dungeon Mayhem would be my sleeper that a lot of people probably wouldn't pick up if they're not into D&D, because it's got D&D characters on it. But I would definitely recommend for anybody to pick up, because you can play it with your friends. You can play it with 50-year-old guys, or you can play it with a bunch of junior high kids, and everybody's going to have a good time with it.
Fantastic. Well, I really, really appreciate you doing this. I'm so glad that we were able to kick off the spotlight with you. Is there anything else that you want to say before we get out of here?
Come visit us at the Grognard Games. Join the fun, join the community. Everybody is welcome, and we're glad you're here.